Okay, so build phase 3. You guys have watched some of my earlier videos. I already talked about the suspension and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna cover some of the updates I've done since. Obviously the biggest is the front bumper. So this is from a guy named Steve. He runs a company called SS Built. I'm not gonna lie, it took forever. It was like 9 months and a lot of communication, but it looks really good. This probably weighs like 30, 40 pounds more than the stock bumper. It's not that much heavier. I got triple R lights up front. So I got these two, I think 7-inch, 6-inch lights. I think they're 7. And they have a DRL and they're connected to my fog lights, which is pretty cool. And then I've got these 9-inch Sentinel Elite, whatever they call them. And I have a button that I fabricated for inside the cab. So this is kind of the main thing in the front. I could add a winch if I needed to, but I already added like 8 inches of ground clearance. And then I just like repainted and did all the rust cleanup in the engine bay and beneath the truck. So nice and clean. You know, you steel it, pour 15, all that type of stuff. The next thing I'll talk about is some of the electrical I did. This is like the most intense electrical project I've done in a while. And I wanted it to just be OEM plus, plus, plus. So I'll walk through that in 1 second. And then I'll talk about the camper and kind of what I've done so far in terms of like lighting and livability. And I'll also kind of give you guys a teaser for what I got coming next. So let's jump in. Let's talk about the electrical in the engine bay. First thing you're going to notice is this fuse board, relay board. I don't know. I'm not very good with all the terms, but I know how to do shit. So what's nice about this is it kind of tells me everything, right? So just like OEM, if a fuse blows, it's easy to troubleshoot. So my heated and cooled seats, my fog lights, my Alpha X, headlights, everything's controlled by this with a kill switch. And what's nice about this is I made enough slack in these wires where I can pull this whole thing and leave it over my hood. In terms of the battery, I upgraded to an Odyssey Extreme AGM. I mean, these are like probably the best. I did billet everything. So positive, negative terminals and the battery mount from STHQ. They make great products. I just also like the billet look. Got all my relays for the lights, just nice and tucked away. Subwoofer, ignition, little relay. So yeah, it's all good. And then the most important thing here is probably this Manager30. So what you'll see in the back is I had this REDARC system. And so this allows my alternator to pass through DC to DC or DC to BC, whatever they call it. So yeah, the engine bay is super clean. I've done a bunch of runs, nothing's moved around. And yeah, I'll show you guys some close-ups and then we'll move up towards the back. So here we are in the rear of the truck. As you guys know, I love SuperPacific. This is probably my favorite mod in the truck. Great company, great product, and yeah, just been a blast. I had it at my last Tacoma. So I haven't done too much. Did some SuperPacific accessories. So these bags are nice just for easy storage, wetsuit, stuff like that. I've got this whole portable battery box. Super cool. I'll show you guys some close-ups in a second, but this is from GP Factor. It's one of their universal boxes, and the reason I built it is it's all quick release. So every single light, every single wire to my inverter to the battery, everything is on an Anderson plug, so I can just pull it. It has a couple of bolts that mount to the deck, and you can just slide it out. So 162 amp hours, heated lithium. 510 amp, 530 amp. It's great. All controlled by my phone. Love REDARC. We've got a little hamper for some of the bedding. Right now we just got a temporary cooler. And then obviously we have the deck system. The deck I'll be replacing one day. I like it, but I don't like losing the volume. And sometimes I want my whole truck bed back. Like I want the full height. I want the full width. So I want to come up with something that's a little more portable. So the side company built for. We're going to work on some cool stuff, so stay tuned. And then up top, I just have like a Hest mattress. And yeah, it's just, I try to keep this build a lot more simple and light. I think later tonight I'll show you some of the lighting and wrap it up. I'm going to keep this video nice and short just to kind of give you guys a rundown. Cool.